Aloha and good morning. And it's a beautiful morning, even though it's raining right now. We're going to do a little rethinking reality again, in the reality that maybe you don't even know that's bothering you. And that's called guilt. The guilt. That goes deep, okay? Guilt. Does guilt plague you at this time? You don't even know if it, bothers you. Why? Because maybe it's so layered deep that you can't go ahead and actually, understand it, only because there's so many layers of guilt. How do you understand what cannot be perceived? Okay? So, the guilt, okay, of fighting with somebody. The guilt of maybe, let's say, having an abortion. The guilt of eating animals, okay? Vegans. The guilt of maybe not taking care of yourself, your body, and your mind. The guilt of polluting. Okay, like me driving this truck right now. It's polluting, but I am guilty, but that's the only choices we have at this time for us to be able to use so-called fossil fuels. That's a joke, huh? Yeah, all the petroleum came from a bunch of dinosaurs. Fossil fuels. Again, what a story. Guilt, remember, also is when you watch movies, is because sometimes those movies will spark something that's inside of you. Guilt that maybe you did something, you shouldn't have to somebody, sexually, just psychologically. Or, maybe you are guilty of a crime. Or how about maybe the combination of daytime guilt, okay, will go ahead and haunt you in the subconscious mind at night. Okay? Sorry, bouncy truck. Okay, the subconscious mind. And what is that? Okay, that's the mind behind the mind. Okay? Let me fix my stand here. The mind behind the mind. Okay, so it is the mind behind what you feel is your mind. It is the genius that you're really, or all of us, are trying to connect to. The mind behind the mind. Okay? Sorry, this thing is bouncy. I'm in a big four-wheel drive truck. Okay, the mind behind the mind. This goes deep again. Remember, your perception of reality, of course, is some form of duality, isn't it? Not only in the daytime, it's a form of duality. Democrat, Republican, love, hate, good, bad, okay? Gay, straight, whatever it is, don't matter, okay? But at night, okay, the layer of duality, okay, is of a different purpose. Remember, all your thoughts, actions, and desires may be guilty. You may be, guilty of thinking about doing something that you shouldn't do, like pedophilia. You're dreaming about bestiality. You're guilty of watching pornographic. Guilty. But your guilt, okay, you're not guilty because no one caught you, but it's guilt inside you. Remember, guilt is a silent, invisible killer. That's all it is. It stresses us beyond belief. Okay, remember, what do you think the number one sin that any of us could do is? To take life. Do we work for life, or do we work for eradicating life? That's a big question. So, lost my microphone. The big question is, of course, can we solve the feeling of guilt? Can you? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Okay, can you solve the feeling of guilt? Exercise helps, is because you get a chance to run out all these emotions, the energies in motion that are stuck within your heart. Remember, guilt makes the heart close down. It makes you feel like you've done something wrong, and maybe someone's done something wrong to you, and they're guilty, and you feel guilt because you don't want to say anything. Okay, so remember, are you a taker of life? What is the number one sin, do you think? The taking of life, and that again goes deep. So the average, as they say, all stats are stats, who knows if they're real or not, but they say that most women, okay, or females that are 25 years old or 30 have had several abortions, have killed their firstborn that would have been born, the first creation from your creation that was created from your mother and father. Okay, this is guilt, deep guilt, deep. It's because you did something wrong. You can't even tell anybody about it. You can't tell your mom you just had an abortion, because she would say, why did you do that? Especially if she's working for life, pro-life. And I'm talking everything, animals, I'm talking about the planet. Okay, I'm talking about all things that are alive should have a, same type of opportunity as all things that want to live. Remember, guilt. Are we killing ourselves, okay, to make a living? Just did a good video on that. Okay, addicted to parasitic technologies. Okay, so guilt is, again, something that cannot be talked about, only because that's the reason why you got it, because you can't let it go. You can't let it go out of your frame of reference. Okay? And what is that? That means that there's outside guilts, okay, that you've caused to others, and inside guilts that, others have caused to you. And of course, remember, the subconscious mind dreams at night about all of the guilt it has accumulated during the day. Whoa, and that includes watching movies. I don't care what it is. Okay, guilt. Are you honoring thyself? Are you? Sorry, this is bouncy. I'm in this big truck here. Okay, big dually flatbed. So, and I got a spring stand. That's not a good one. Bounces too much. It's supposed to bounce less. How do you shed yourself of the guilt? Again, you can exercise, you can talk to a therapist, okay? Or you don't even know what kind of guilt is inside you, because maybe mommy and daddy transferred some guilt to you. Oh, how about that one? Like I said, it goes deep. How about they transferred some of their guilt to you, and you've transferred some of your guilt to your children, and so on. So how do we break this layer of guilt and shame? How do we break it? Well, the first thing I can tell you is that you have to be able to understand that everybody has guilt stuck inside them, whether known or unknown. It doesn't matter. Remember, some of it's not even yours. Okay? And, I found, because in my journey, I had a lot of hidden guilt inside me for killing thousands of animals as a hunter, tons of fish as a fisherman, tons. Okay, going on the ocean for 23 days at a time, catching hundreds of tuna, up to 300 pounds, and wahoo, and skipjack, and dolphin. I'm talking mahi-mahi dolphin, and all weird things, okay? Killing thousands of sharks when I used to go shark fishing. I thought I was doing, a good deed by killing. Why? Because it was cool to conquer, okay? And divide ourselves from nature. So today, one of the biggest guilts we have is the killing of nature, and we know we're doing it, and are we doing anything about it? And the only thing you can do is really see this type of collective guilt. Collective guilt. It's like going to another country and bombing everybody because you're looking for 1-2 boogeymen, which, you know, who knows it's even real. Doesn't matter. What about the women and children and all of the lives, okay, that used to live in this place when you're just looking for one cockroach and you got to blow the house up? Ha! Could be other ways to find that cockroach or that mouse in the house, okay? Don't need to go ahead and burn the house down. Could. It'll just run to another house, right? Unless you trap it inside, okay? Just like guilt. If it's trapped inside your body, you have no idea what it's doing, okay? It's in your body, it's in your mind, it's in your energy field. And when this is in your system, let me tell you, talk about dysfunction beyond dysfunction. Okay, this is a big problem. It's because, again, I found out in my journey that most of my dysfunction was because of things that I did not know I was doing wrong and I was doing anyways. Okay? And once I found out, okay, a little bit of moral compass, then I found out that a lot of the things that I used to do and or see others doing is not good. It's because it's remember, we are guilty of murdering nature. We are guilty of murdering each other. We are guilty of causing murder to our children. Yes, we are. Remember abortion. We are guilty of, I don't know, doing things that we shouldn't just to make a living, causing more stress, okay, against not only yourself, but of the internal, okay, self, that of course is subconscious. Terrain modification is specifically designed to detox and strip yourself of physical, not only parasites, not only heavy metals, plastic, those are particles, but also to shed the emotional body and let it go. Okay, you need to do some forms of rebuilding, resetting, and renewing. And you don't need to do anything, but if you don't feel good, that means you can't do good. And if you can't do good, that means you could never feel godly. Godly. That's good, isn't it? Godly. Okay, add another O to it, and it's good. In order to really see the miracle of life, okay, we have to go ahead and actually rebuild ourselves from the prior indoctrination of living on this place that we call Earth, and all we do is fight with each other over nothing. What? Whose God's better? What? It's my water? No, that's my land. Oh, that's my boundary. No, you can't come here, you need a passport. Okay, remember, insanity is in my book, and that's one of the terrain modification protocols, is to be able to balance the mind. How to be able to make sanity with yourself is to be able to take both brains, left and right brain, and you know you have two hemispheres of the brain separated by the corpus callosum. Of course, this is well known in the medical field, but the problem is the people don't understand. Your sanity is what? Making balance with yourself, and that means taking both brains and making them one. I'm going to do a Earther Academy exclusive on talking about the mind melding, okay, of you. Mind melding of your minds to become one, not to fight with each other. And you'll find out there's two different hemispheres. You have one activated or the other, and you pick and choose what side, of course, you feel. What side? Left wing, right wing? What side of the body of the bird? That's all it is, remember? It's just picking a wing. How about become both wings? And of course that means that you are now the body of the bird. Okay, the left wing, the right wing, you've heard that. And where do they come from? They must come from somewhere, right? Well, they come from the body of the bird. And which type of bird? Is it a falcon? I don't know. Is it a chicken? Is it a turkey? Okay. Or think of it. What kind of bird is it? Okay. I mean, there's millions of birds. Or is it a dove, as written in most of the scriptures? The dove, okay, is a creature of love, a creature of beauty, a creature of just every form and fashion. It eats seeds, poops them out, and grows things out of its arse. Versus a falcon kills something to stay alive and drinks blood and eats dead flesh and doesn't poop anything but parasites from eating the flesh. Okay, so anyways, this is a very short video. I just wanted to tell you that we're going to do an Earth Academy exclusive on mind melding and understanding the hemispheres of the brain and how I have made more sanity with myself ever than previous, where I was fighting my mind and fighting everything that, of course, I thought was me. Okay, which, of course, is, you'll see. You will never find out who you are. I promise you that. And if you look for it, tell me if you do find it. But you will find, when you clean up your act and start to detox, again, detox, okay, dissolve, wash, and renutrify yourself, you will find out what you're not. Everything you eat, drink, sleep, do, say, okay, is what you become. And everything you excrete out of yourself, including your emotional body, your guilt body, okay, the physical body, everything you excrete is simply just not you. That's all. Oh, that guy just fell on his motorcycle. Whoa. Oh, slipped in the rain. Not so good. Okay, so this will be very, you can say, enlightening for you, or give you maybe an idea of an esoteric purpose. To become one with the self is to mind meld both brains together as one. Become the Vesicus Pisces of yourself. Okay? Just thoughts. Remember, rethinking reality. Is it true that you have one side of your brain activated or the other? Isn't it so? Ha! Wouldn't you like to have both brains, both engines, work in some form of equanimity or harmony? I don't know, sounds cool to me, but it sounds really not real. Well, it isn't, because, of course, like the Matrix, you only see what you can transcribe, and what you transcribe, of course, is your layer of perception, of decoding everything and everything that you see in this physical reality. Is it real, or is it Memorex? Is it artificial, or is it real? Anyways, okay, guys, let me let you go. Short video, 18 minutes, but remember, how do you explain what cannot be explained? Remember, how do you see the Matrix? How do you see the Matrix? And how do you transcribe what you see? And everybody's on a different reality, a different radio station. Let me change the radio to another station, to another reality. Remember, rethinking reality. Look into other people's reality without insult, without actually fighting your reality, and notice that there's a dial on your dashboard in your mind that has billions of stations. And of course, there's billions of people, and every person's got a different radio station. Whoa, daddy. Okay, that's enough. So tune in to earthacademy.com to our private courses that are a much deeper layer, of course, into learning how to become a lot of things that you need to learn. Okay, self-responsibility is one of them. No one's going to help you. You've got to help yourself. Some people can guide you, but you must have reason and logic to be able to say, okay, I'll try that, or nah, I'm good. Okay, no one's trying to get you to do anything. That's for sure, because most likely you're not doing much anyways. But then again, if you're doing a lot of nonsense, listening to more sense, okay, sometimes completely is more nonsense to your mind. Remember, listening to more sense. And how do you know if it's more sense? You don't. That's the best part. You have to investigate, you have to research, you have to experiment. Life is nothing but a dream, as they say. And which dream is real? Is it daytime or is it nighttime? At night, the dream is real, isn't it? Just as real as the dream in the day and the world of form. And at night, of course, like I said, much of what you have stored inside you that you don't like about what you've done, even if you didn't even know what you've done, is bad. Bad. As they say, my bad. I know. It'll work you at night. It's because, remember, the nighttime world has a different set of boundaries. Isn't it so? And it feeds off of all things in your brain that you've accumulated, the pharmacopoeia of your called pharmacy, which is your brain, making the chemicals and making the reality what it is that you have procured throughout the day. Remember, you got fear, doubt, uncertainty. That's an energy. That makes a chemical, adrenaline, cortisol, stress, love, bliss, happiness. What do you think that does? Yeah, makes you feel happy. Okay, silly. Makes you feel, I don't know, like you've got some form of reality that makes sense if someone else wanted to feel happy. How do you explain happiness to someone that, of course, doesn't have this tune? You can't. All you can do is explain to them how you got to the tune you did from the miserable tune that you used to be. And that's where I was. That's why I shared terrain modification in Earther Academy. It's because just sharing with you how I regained back some of my sanity. Okay? And it's not just one layer. There is no magic pill. No one's going to help you. You got to help yourself. You'll see. So, anyways, I'm at my destination here. Getting my safety check on my truck here. And I guess that's it. Okay, shut this beast off. Let me take this off of here. Whoops, I just disconnected myself, taking off the stand here. Okay, so guys, life is really beautiful. It just is. Okay, once you start to see that the game, okay, is multi-layered, multi-realitied, multi-fractured, okay, and what I call not only fractured, but fractionalized. So there's a lot to play here with. Remember, the multiverse does not have just form to it. It has no form, and of course, it goes in, it goes out, okay, it goes up, it goes down. All right, remember, reality is what you can transcribe through what you see, feel, hear, and touch, that your sensors will go ahead and actually allow you to combine possibly the energies that you call your senses. And if you could put all those senses as one, remember, that's a reality that is really beautiful, is because now you have the sixth sense activated. You have all senses, all five senses, becoming one. And that's when you get both brains activated, okay? When you have the pineal gland, that is the gateway to this connection. Okay, so there's protocols to be able to wake up the pineal gland, protocols to be able to balance the brains. Remember the quantum exercise that we share with you. Okay, quantum balance. There's certain types of things that you could go ahead and make it so it will go ahead and have a chance to be able to do what? Want to become harmonic. And that means you have to clean the temple, the body. Have to purge, purify, okay, and rebuild. Dissolve, wash, and nutrify. Okay? Upgrade, enhance, and optimize. Those are the themes. Okay? The directives of Earther Academy. So does that sound bad? No. Sounds like you're going to go ahead and, I don't know, take it up a notch or two. But it's going to be work. So anyways, guys, I'm there to help. Okay, I'm not here to go ahead and do handouts. Here to do help ups. Remember, climb the stairs yourself, and you may need a little bit of help, but you're on your own, and help people also come up the stairs with you. Once you've gotten to a certain layer that you feel or you're comfortable with, that you don't think you know, but you know. Like going through the 3rd grade. Go through the 3rd grade, and what do you think happens? Okay, you can help people when you've graduated the 3rd grade. Now you're in the 4th or the 5th, and you can go back to the 3rd and say, guys, I went through this. It was hard, but it's easy now. And you can teach them some of the secrets. And that's exactly what a lot of different people are doing to help you. Okay, they're trying to share with you some secrets that they've learned themselves. And of course, remember, my secrets aren't your secrets, and your secrets aren't mine. And just because things work for me, well, they may not work for you. Remember, everybody's different. Everyone's unique. Everyone's on a different radio station of reality. So that's a lot of difference. Okay? None of us are the same. Okay? Males are not the same as females, and that is true. Okay? We'll get into that. And of course, there's different attributes and different characteristics that both are, well, accustomed to understanding. Remember, the females are the procreators of form. Okay? And who are the ones that they procreate of form? They're the builders and the new procreators of form. What a beautiful thing, okay? To be able to have your position, okay, dictated through your DNA. Men can't have girls, okay? Children, boys, no. You can take care of them. Females can have anything they want. Boys or girls. What do? Okay, as they get older. They all have their positions. And of course, it's multiverse. You can do many things. Just because you're male or female doesn't mean that you can't try anything. So anyways, guys, just to be able to let you know, once you make harmony with both brains, the male and the female, then you become one. And it's not androgynous to the physical self, it's androgynous to the minds. And that's a beautiful thing. Remember, the physical body is what it is, guys. It's XX or XY, and or a combination of the two. And that's called transhumanism, XYX. Your new species, emerging at this time. But the secret, remember, is to become androgynous of the mind. Okay, have the male and female become one. And so you can go ahead and actually be a male or female body, but you have both male and female brains balanced. Whoa! It's another layer of balance, another layer of finding your center. Okay, guys, aloha. I'll see you next time.